Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Son, you're watching the Football Corner. Welcome back to another match reaction. This time for Arsenal versus Fulham. 2-2 at the Emirates Stadium. Let's get it. So guys, firstly, if you're brand new, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this match. And let's get right into it. So, starting off the game, a goal within the first minute. And I know you're hoping I'm going to say Arsenal. No, Fulham. So, a bit of miscommunication in the back. Saka passes it back, tries to pass it to Ben White, passes way too hard, and it goes through Ben White. Partey has now moved into the midfield, so it practically leaves an open space. And who else is there but Pereira? Pereira is waiting for that ball. As soon as he sees it, he sprints, jumps onto it, and then bang, shoots and scores against Ramsdale. Ramsdale was running back to his net. I can't fully blame him, but there is some blame because, you know, the way he's running back puts him in a very weak position because he's liable to get lobbed so quickly. So I think the way he tries to shoot it anyway, he tries to lob him, but I think he kind of flops in. It still goes in. So yeah, just tell how out of the goal Ramsdale was, which listen, at the moment we're just starting the game. I don't understand why he's already out of his goal so much, but you know, overconfidence, I guess. First goal goes in, and then from then on we start to pass the ball around, start to get a bit of momentum, start to put on some attacks, but still we fall short throughout the game. Dominated in possession for most of the game, dominating chances created and shots on goal, shots on target, and it looked like we should have had a goal very soon, but it looks like it weren't to be. First half goes, we go into half time, and yeah, it isn't going our way. So many chances that have been missed, so many key opportunities that we could have scored but we didn't, and it's unfortunate because that game should be very simple for us, but it's very unfortunate. And then the comeback out for the second half, and Mikel Arteta makes a very important substitution, brings on Eddie Nketiah. Now Eddie Nketiah, that game, I think one of the best games I've ever seen of Eddie Nketiah. One of the best games. So him and Fabio Vieira, two of the best players on the pitch in my opinion. Two of the best players on the pitch. Just looked comfortable, looked ready, looked like they wanted to take stuff on. And in my personal opinion, I think that Fabio Vieira suits that formation better than Havertz. So we go on to the second goal, to the first goal, the equaliser, which it comes from Fabio Vieira making a run into the penalty box, and he gets tripped up. Now, gets tripped up in the box, stone cold penalty. Simple as you like. That's the most baitest penalty you could ever give away, and Bukayo Saka steps up to take it out. Because I'm thinking, since the last time when Odegaard was taking it, I'm like, who's gonna take this penalty kick? Who's gonna take it? Is it gonna be Odegaard? Is it gonna be Saka? Is it gonna be Eddie even? Looks like Saka stepped up, ready to take this penalty, and with the whole crowd going silent, he picks his corner, and he picks the right corner. Literally the right corner. So scores the goal, amazing, we're celebrating. All of a sudden, a few minutes go back, and then we keep on going with pressure, and then Fabio Vieira again off of that left side puts in an amazing ball for Eddie Nketiah to tap it home. Now, in regards to this whole situation, something occurred just before the goal. Their centre back had a shoulder to shoulder with Nketiah, ended up falling down and hurting himself. Now, rivals will tell you, oh, Saka pulled him down and that's why he hurt his shoulder. Arsenal fans will tell you that nah, Saka didn't even pull him down. He tried to pull Saka down and then fell on his shoulder. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna say that, listen, it's both of their faults in a way. I feel like Saka was pulling, but he was also trying to pull him down. So I feel like they're kind of both to blame. He has to hold some blame for it as well as Saka, but obviously he's down on the floor now. He's injured, all of that, and then we're still playing at this point. So we're still playing. We're still moving the ball around, trying to go in for an attack. As the ball comes back to Fabio Vieira, he crosses it in. Player's still on the floor. And then we score a goal with Eddie Nketiah. So people are asking, obviously, why is the game not being stopped? Why are they still carrying on? And yeah, obviously, as a gesture of goodwill, normally clubs would kick the ball out, but it's not mandatory, to be honest. It's not mandatory to kick the ball out. And no matter what people want to say, listen, at the end of the day, the referee officiates the game. If he hasn't stopped the game, because if the foul is bad enough, the referee will stop the game and be like, 1 second, we need to tend to this guy because he actually looks like he's really hurt. But yeah, the referee obviously said that the game needs to carry on, allowed us to carry on and score the goal. And to be honest, in my mind, if the referee allows it, then that goal should stand, definitely. Unless the referee is able to stop the game, that goal definitely stands. Now, at this point, 2-1, laughing, screaming, gassed because Eddie Nketiah just scored, and him and Fabio Vieira made such a difference. By the way, this all happened in the span of, I think, about 10 minutes. From the 70th minute until the 80th minute, it just completely blew this game wide open because Nketiah scores the goal to win, to put us on winning ways and to put us ahead in the game, and Fabio Vieira to get the corner, to get the penalty in order for us to score the first goal to equalise. So yeah, in my opinion, I thought it was great. I thought it was a great 10 minutes to watch because we were on it. We were attacking, we looked lively, we looked good in possession. I also have to give a massive shout out to Zinchenko, Alexander Zinchenko. In every single game that he's come in, which is the Crystal Palace game and this game, every single game that he comes in, he makes a difference. He definitely makes a difference going forward. He improves us going forward. His passing range, his ability to see passes, his ability to play into that midfield, it's definitely a plus. And I'm so happy with how he played today, played in this game. Now, obviously, we're going to come up to the goal in just a second that equalised for Fulham. But firstly, let me just quickly have a quick word about the red card that was received. So Bassi, who is the defender that we were talking about earlier that had the altercation with Saka where he fell down on his shoulder, carried on and was okay to play. So he carried on playing. Nketiah running on goal, a quick counter attack. He's flicked it past him and went to go run. Now, the play, I don't really understand why he held Nketiah back in order to get the yellow card, the second yellow. It was a bit stupid from his point of view because there was already another player right next to him who was running after the ball when Nketiah flicked it past. Now, obviously, we don't know if Nketiah would have gotten to it or not, but I feel like it was very stupid and very immature from him to just grab Nketiah and put him to the ground, because you know you're already booked, you know you're on your yellow, and you know as soon as you pull Nketiah down, that's the second yellow, you're off. There is no arguing, you're off. So I don't know why he done that. If I was a Fulham fan, I would have been vexed, I would have been angry, because why are you doing that? Like, we are trying to get into this game. We're trying to hold our form, and this happened at like the 83rd minute. So obviously, at that time, they're trying to still get into the game and trying to get their goal back to equalize. So once the red card happens, Zinchenko makes a mistake, and then it's put out for a corner. And the corner. Now let's talk about the corner, because till now, and this is 2 days after. This is 2 days after this game, and I'm still trying to work it in my head. I'm like, where was everybody? Why was Paulinho not marked in the box? Corner comes in, Paulinho, free as a bird, kicks the ball into the net. And it's just, it doesn't make sense to me, because in the replay you see Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka both watching the ball. Not even going in to try and intercept it, not even going in to try to take it off of him. They're just watching the ball. So it's very poor from us defensively, and I just don't understand why we're acting like we're amateurs. Like we've never played football before. Like we don't know how to defend. Like we don't know how to do these kind of things as a team. Like come on, man. If we're being serious, that should never be a goal. The first goal that they got should never be a goal. Now let's quickly have a discussion before we end this video about the Havertz's performance, because I felt like that was the stinkiest performance I've ever seen from him in the 3 games that we've had. You know, the Forest game, and obviously the Forest game and the Palace game. Yes, he had decent games, not the best, but decent games. He had decent, but he was decent when it was down to progressive passing and winning his duels. And obviously, as a midfielder, like I always say this, as a midfielder, you'll win your duels, aerial duels, ground duels, and winning and your progressive passes. That's what you live for, as well as interceptions, getting the ball back. Listen, that's what you live for. And yeah, he in the first 2 games he was good at that, in the top 3 for every single one. This game, passes were misplaced, shots awful. Even his duels, he wasn't winning as many. So it wasn't a good game from him at all. Even the stuff that we were praising him on, obviously he doesn't. I'm not solely basing it off of goals and assists. I'm also looking at the other factors to what he could be having as what effect he could be having on the game. So yeah, for me it was disappointing. A disappointing performance from him, and I'll be honest, I don't expect to see him perform like that again, because it's not good enough. He shouldn't be performing like that, and he should be comfortable to play in that position, given that he's played there 3 games now. So he should be okay to play in that position now. He should be trying to get the hang of it. But when you drop 2 decent performances and then you drop a stinker, and then it looks lazy when you're trying to pass, like you don't really care, just strolling around the pitch. It's not good enough. So I have to call him out on that, because he had a stinking performance. Martinelli, Saka, stinking performances today. Although Saka got the goal, yes, but I feel like their stinking performances I can kind of allow, but for the simple fact, which I'll move on to in a second, which is the formation. This formation that we play now, firstly, it suits Fabio Vieira. So if we're ever going to play this formation, I don't want to see Kai Havertz in that spot. Where you play Kai Havertz, play Fabio Vieira, because he fits there perfectly. So don't want to see Kai Havertz playing in that position. Also, as a whole, I think we need to, in regards to this formation, I think we need to just go back to what we were doing before. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I don't understand why he, obviously, actually, you know what? Obviously he's trying to be unpredictable, trying to not be found out so easily. So I can understand it in a way, but listen, if it's not looking too good, let's just leave it for the cup competitions. Let's just leave it for something else, man. Leave it for a game that doesn't really matter that much. But when you're coming up against teams in the Premier League, I don't think it's the time to be testing stuff. Especially in games that are as important in the Premier League, because in the Premier League we're trying to go to win it. We're not trying to participate and get top 4. No, we're trying to go to win. So every single point matters. These are the games that you look back at and you're like, I wish we won that one. So that was unfortunate, but I'm just hoping and praying that when we come up against Man United, I do not see Partey anywhere near the right back position. I want to see him starting in the midfield as the number 6. So that's it for me today, guys. Obviously 2-2 was not the result we were looking for, but it's unfortunate, but we have to move on. It is a draw and we do still get a point out of it, but it does feel more like a loss for us, for Arsenal. So we're gonna move on, but yeah, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Please make sure to press the like button, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I make a video or every time I go live. Thank you very much for tuning in today, guys. I love you all. Come on, you gunners. Bye.